my dear Scorpio, this is a love reading, a prediction for the month of December with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. As an extended member to the channel, you will get these readings ahead of time and with no ads. And there's a pick a card reading up, Chances of Love in 2023, for the full members to this channel. And the reading, Your Personal and Spiritual Growth, is available for all the members to the channel. Subscribe and then check out the many perks through the join button that will appear, or follow the link in the description box to learn more about membership. And I can recommend that you rewatch the previous love reading for November to get a context, and this is the prediction for December. I will start reading your cards, and I'm using the Tarot de la NUIT. And when I open your deck here, I see 3 of Wands together with the 4 of Cups. So it seems like someone in anticipation wants to talk to you. They want to kind of squeeze more information out of you, or know what's going on in your head. Okay. I call the Divine. I thought that this was what we did. Okay. Call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have the Queen of Cups together with the 4 of Cups. So maybe this is what we do. It can be go in the reversed. It can be either this other person thinking about you here, wondering what you are doing. And it can also be in the reverse, that you are thinking about what the other person is doing or why they're acting in the way they do. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here we have the King of Cups with the Queen of Cups. It seems like both people are very like in their blues about this relationship. It doesn't mean that anything is wrong. It's just that we seem to have awoken some specific emotions in this relationship. Something that makes us feel troubled, or we think a lot of things and then we feel troubled, or we try to figure the other person out and then we feel troubled. So we'll see. 6 elements. And here we have an Ace of Pentacles with the King of Cups. So this is some kind of chance to develop and heal. The King of Cups is not only the king of your heart, it's also about healing, about transforming previous traumas, dramas, karmas into something positive. So even if it might feel like you have awakened a lot of strange energies due to this relationship, it's for a good cause. Okay, so even if it kind of feels uncomfortable, it's not a bad thing. So 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Scorpio viewers. I want my dear Scorpios to have love in their life and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. Okay, so I will tune in for a few seconds to you, the person most on your mind and your relationship in December. See if I can fix this elegantly. Sorry. Small details can be very disturbing when reading. Okay, so this is the new bottom of the deck, King of Swords, the King of Thinking, Transformation, 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Well, if we don't have troubles in our relationship, we can always make them by starting to feel very emotional, thinking of the other person as a difficult person that should have been doing this or should have been doing that, and we wish they could change. And so sorry, I'm all over the place. And here we have the 7 of Cups, which is the old bottom of the deck. These emotions rising inside of us, together with the Star card. So again, Star card, 7 of Cups. It shows that this is happening for a reason. You feel like the other person is rubbing you the wrong way. It's for a reason. It's for the reason of healing and maybe certain things that you have run away from and didn't process. Okay. So, so this is what's on your mind, with the person most on your mind. This is the situation with said person. What's on their mind with you, and this is your feelings, the bond between you two, their feelings, and this is your behaviors and attitudes, the outcome for December, and their behaviors and attitudes. So we start with the situation, and we have the wheel. So it's something that needs to come to surface. It has come to surface before, it has been dealt with before, but it needs to come to surface again and be dealt with. It's like a continuation of a longer story, a longer karma, longer trauma, longer drama. Okay. And what's on your mind is the 6 of Swords. So you're trying to be really healthy in this situation. You're trying to stay awake, stay aware, to do the right thing, and not go overboard with either becoming too angry with the other person because they are triggering you, or wanting to run away, or being upset with them because they don't do the things you need them to do, or fulfill your emotion in the way you want them to fulfill your emotions. So it seems like you are trying to stay on top of this. You know that you are being triggered, and you're trying to take the most sensible decision in this situation. And when it comes to the other person, what's on their mind, it seems like they want to know more what's going on. You probably don't know. Like the 6 of Swords, you're trying to stay on top. You're trying to understand your own emotions, why this is triggering you, why this is making you feel overwhelmed, why this is making you feel abandoned, or whatever it is that's being triggered. So you don't know 100%, so you probably can't answer all these questions. But with the 3 of Wands, the person wants to negotiate or communicate, and it can be very good to communicate, as long as we don't, you know, we can be addicted to this too, that we want to speak about our relationship over and over and over and over again. And if it stresses our partner, it can become the thing that makes the relationship overwhelming. So the bond between you two, 9 of Swords. So this is the overthinking. I don't know which comes first. Do you start thinking about, oh, why did they do that? Or do you start feeling first? Why do I feel this? And that is the thoughts triggering the feelings, or are the feelings triggering the thoughts? It can be maybe a little bit of a mix, that either you start to feel peculiar and you start to think, what's the matter? Why am I feeling like this? What's going on? Or it might be that you are kind of getting a lot of thoughts in your head, and then this is starting to make you feel peculiar. And here we have, when it comes to your emotions, and it's the Sun card. It's you can see it's the same posture as in the 6 of Swords card here. It's clarity, truth. You don't know everything, but you're trying to figure it out. Maybe the other person feels very hurt by something, and you are trying to figure out what you did wrong, or how you can help this person. I'll see what's going on. And this is their feelings, and it's the Moon card. So feeling a lot of anxiety, these feelings arising inside of us, and we don't know. As I said, is it the thoughts that make us feel this way, or is it our feeling that trigger our thoughts? 18, 1 plus 8, 9. So these two cards are connected. It's basically Hermit energy and then the Moon. So it seems like mostly the other person is triggered, but their triggering, or them going through some kind of drama, karma, trauma, is of course trouble for you too. 19 Sun, 1 plus 9, 10. And it seems like you're trying to solve something together with this karmic wheel of fortune. 19, 1 plus 9, 10, so 1, 1, and we have the 6, 6, 1, 1 here, okay, and then 9, 9. So it's a difficult situation because we can't rule our own emotions, or we can't micromanage everything we say or do to not trigger the other person or make them feel bad. 9 of Swords here. You know, the feeling when you feel like something is off, your intuition is like oink, 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 and we don't know, is it my intuition or is it my suspicion? Is it my self-sabotaging thoughts that makes me unable to relax if I have something I really want and really love, and I get anxious to lose it? It doesn't have to be that. It can be that your partner is anxious about having feelings for you in the first place. We can also get triggered and overwhelmed by a feeling that we are starting to have feelings for the other person. It can also be that we are scared of losing our freedom. We can be scared of losing our self-control, or that someone else, we can be scared also of being too nice, that someone else will, you know, dictate what we will do and want to, because in other case they might become sad or upset, or if we don't do what they expect us to do, they might feel like we are disloyal, or this and this and that and that. So it can be a burden also to be in a relationship sometimes, especially when we hold ourselves to a very high standard. And this can make our shadow take over and make us act with a low standard. It's like a revolution going on inside. We don't want to hurt the other person, but then we do exactly the things that will be hurtful because we want to prove to ourselves that we have, we can decide over ourselves. It's not someone else is deciding what to do. But it's better, as you are doing here with the consciousness, we can be conscious, for example, of these emotions or these thoughts, and we can say to ourselves and to the other person that I don't want to be ruled by my guilty conscience in this relationship. I want to have the freedom to do what I want, travel with my friends, do this or do that, without getting guilty feelings about what that you will feel abandoned or you will feel betrayed, because then the relationship becomes a burden to me. I want to be together with you, but on a level where we can, where I don't have to feel guilty about being myself in the relationship. So that can be a way to consciously tell if we have these strange kind of feelings. So it can go a little bit back and forth. Maybe you have those feelings and you are communicating this to this person that doesn't get too happy with what you are saying. And it can go in the other direction too. So this is your behaviors and attitudes. It's a nice Three of Cups. So Three of Cups, Three of Wands. This person almost wants to put you towards the wall and, you know, have an interrogation maybe, or really like decide what to do for the future, or have a long list of what they are scared of will happen in the relationship. Like, I will lose my freedom, you won't let me go with my friends, or whatever is going on. But here it's just, can't we just relax and enjoy the relationship and enjoy each other and calm each other down when we get triggered? We can just do something happy or fun. We don't always have to go deep into it and, you know, solve it. We can just try to keep a more light-hearted energy to maybe heal what's going on, because it can be an inner child triggering, and that inner child can have the need to be taught how to deal with strange emotions, that we can actually shift them. We don't have to stay in that scared mood. We can change it by doing something fun, doing something lighthearted for ourselves or together with other people to get out of that dramatic feeling. And this is their behaviors and attitudes. And we have the Page of Swords. So I was talking about revolution or rebellion. And this is what I'm seeing here. It's a child as well. So I think it's an inner child that either have been abandoned or overwhelmed, been guilt-tripped. And it can be also that this person has been guilt-tripped and now guilt-tripping you. So it can go like this as well, but it can also be that they have been guilt-tripped and now refuse to be guilt-tripped together with you because they don't want to relive that kind of situation and outcome. We have a King of Wands. So King of Wands is pretty good. It's a pretty responsible energy in this equation, but we will see more. I will take clarifications. So some from the Lovers Oracle. Ending brings new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. So it's the Death card that we saw, that there's going on some big transformation where we can heal from our past wounding by doing things in a new way, leaving the old behind, leaving the old type of relationships behind. We don't have to relive the relationship with our mother in our our love relationship, for example. We can let it, like, we can, you know, rip, rest in peace. Separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of future. I haven't really seen separation here, but we can see someone is very sad. So we saw the Death card, which of course can be a separation, but I haven't seen it. Maybe this has been like a longer separation where you have been separated for a longer while and this person is really missing you and would want to talk about the future. And you are open for that too, but you are not as desperate in that case. And this can also be just a separation because maybe one person needs to travel for work and the other person is sad that they are gone and aren't really self-sufficient enough to deal with things on their own. Self-indulgence, focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So this person is going through some kind of healing process where they need to be closest to themselves, and that can mean that a person will be dramatic and put us to the wall and, you know, have an interrogation because they want to know if you are going to do the same thing as they fear that you will do. It's very good to have humor and compassion in these kind of situations to kind of see that it's not really about you. It's something that this person has remembered and they are fearing that it will be projected onto your relationship. So we can say, no, it's not what's going to happen. It's not what I'm going to do. Receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. It seems like this person here, if this is you, could be able to move on, but maybe we don't allow ourselves because the other person is hurting so much as well. Mask, butterfly, not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting, relationship evolving into the next phase, healing the inner child. Mask. Okay, so sometimes when one person is hurting a lot, they have taken over the pain for the whole relationship. And if we don't feel pain, it can be because we have kind of masked our own pain and let the other person feel it and live it. When we are connected to another person, it's like two glasses of water, and that there's a pipe between these two glasses. So when one presses down their emotions and try to just feel fine, it can splash up in the other person. So maybe that's what's going on with the mask. It's probably not for all of you, but if you feel kind of cold and indifferent and think that the other person is just, you know, I don't know what they're doing, can't we just have a nice time? And you just try to invite them to have a nice time. It can be. I'm not saying it's like this because I think it's as I said, one way to help us jump onto a higher frequency. But be aware if it's you masking your own feelings in this situation. But sometimes it's also good to not just burst out our feelings. Let's say that the one person is hurting and is it's like they're skinless and vulnerable, and what you want to do is abandon them and run for the hills. Then it can be good to have a little bit of a mask on and kind of there, even if we don't feel like that. Okay. So this is the chart of sexual magic, and I will clarify the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Ace of Cups. So it's love, and the Wheel of Fortune says that it's like starting off something that have happened before. So when we meet someone, we don't only meet this person, we also go back to a situation where we evolved a relationship with another person, another partner, a best friend, our parents, our siblings, and it's like layers upon layers. Here's your relationship with your father, your mother, your siblings, your friends, your exes, and every time you meet a new person, it's like all these layers push into reality and comes to the surface. At least the situations that both in a healthy way, like they can be supportive, tools for you to know how to deal with a relationship, how to comfort another person, how to show love, how to caress, and how to be empathic. But it can also be traumas, dramas, and karmas. So it comes like all these layers comes and gives you a lot of information for good and bad. So clarifying what's on your mind, and we have the Hierophant here. Hierophant. So it feels like you want to have a good relationship with the person, the people around you generally, and that you want to have a situation where you kind of are the wise person that keeps everyone else calm, and so you might take a lot of responsibility in relationships. Clarifying the Three of Wands, and we have the Ten of Cups. Sorry, it was a knock on my door. Fish truck selling fish here out on the countryside. It's nice thing. Okay, we have the Ten of Cups, and it's a clarification for this Three of Wands. So this person thinks that this relationship is really important. They don't want to lose you. They want to realize what it is that's going on, and they want to discuss, talk, fix. But it's I feel like a little bit penetrating energy, like a person that just can't leave things alone. Okay, so it might be a little bit irritating. For me, it sounds like a good thing, like a healthy thing, but for some reason I'm getting irritated. And we're also seeing this separation here in Coffin. So it might be that you have gone through a separation and one person can't just let it go, like they can't accept that the relationship is over. Okay, so clarifying the Sun card. The Sun card is the highest card for love, and it matches the Ten of Cups. So it seems like you have the same feelings towards each other, but for some reason you seem more together, and this person seems more desperate from the situation. Queen of Cups. So it was the card we saw in the beginning. We had the King and Queen of Cups. So it shows that you have an open heart, that you are empathic towards this person. You want to take care of them. You don't want them to hurt. Okay, so clarifying the Moon card. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. It's like a long-lasting relationship. And with the Moon card, either they fear it won't be long-lasting, or they want it to be long-lasting and fear that you don't want the same thing, or it's high value here. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. This is a valuable relationship. This person has realized that this is the thing, this is the shit, like it's the thing they want, but they're also scared that you are slipping away. But I'm not seeing you slipping away. I'm seeing you being like trying to solve things, being responsible, being loving and empathic. So I wonder, Coffin is separation. It might be that this person has separation anxiety, for example, or that they have gone through some kind of separation in the past that was painful and they're scared of this happening again. So clarifying the 9 of Swords, and we have the 8 of Pentacles. So it basically says that this is something that is on the agenda to be fixed. It's like, okay, we need to solve this. Here's a little bit of an issue in the relationship. One person in the relationship is crying or being anxious or jealous or all over the place. And, well, how can we fix it? So it's like we have different aspects of ourselves. We are sitting here, and in the same time we can look at ourselves when we are having a dramatic fit. So we definitely have different personalities inside of us, different aspects, One can be our mind, for example, that says, oh, don't fall for this. You think that the person loves you, but they really are tricking you. And then you have your heart that says, I love this person to no end. I don't ever want to let them go, but I'm scared that they don't love me back. And that this last words can be the aspect of the inner child as well. Someone that has gotten hurt or abandoned several times. So it's again this problem solving orientation that I saw also with the Six of Swords, the Sun card. We're trying to understand the other person, listen to their feelings, or even understand ourselves and listen to our own reasons to why we feel so triggered. So clarifying the Three of Cups. We have the Star card. So again, this very loving feeling. So I don't see so much about the mask here, but just trying to be nice, just trying to be welcoming, just trying to make the other person feel good. But of course, we might be masking like our own feelings to make the other person feel good. We say what they want to hear, possibly. So clarifying the Page of Swords. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. Something destructive with their pain here. 8-7. It's almost like overindulging in one's own pain and getting high on pain, and you know, staying in bed talking about the difficulties in the relationship, and, waking up in the night wanting to talk about the difficulties in the relationship. So it's almost like we are festering on the problems. Sometimes this can happen. We can see this in the newspaper, for example. It's seldom we get a newspaper that write good news. No one wants to hear about good news. Everyone wants to fester on the bad news. And this seems like a person is doing this in the relationship. They love you intensely and value the relationship, but they also fester on this the negatives. And maybe they get a high, like a higher rush of feelings. Maybe they get like an adrenaline rush from feeling pain or scaring themselves, like we do when we look at a scary movie. We talk about the relationship and its being there or not being there can trigger the same kind of fear and make us get an adrenaline rush. But some people are just a sucker for bad news, and you know, they want to, oh, look, a wound, I want to poke in it. I can't tell you exactly what's the dynamic there, but I'll try to figure it out. Clarifying for the King of Wands is the Knight of Chalices. So I think, again, I'm getting this kind of grown-up energy from you, that you're trying to help this person having this little bit of breakdown and maybe enjoying swimming around in the pool of their own emotions. And you're coming here with some light and trying to, okay, so see if we can, everything doesn't have to be about our emotions. Okay, we'll see. I will take some clarification also from the Brutally Honest. I can't forgive. So I think this person is easily wounded, and then they can have a hard time forgiving. It doesn't have to be like that, but in that case they would wish it were like that. That if they felt hurt, they could say, oh, you hurt me, so I'm never going to allow you close to me again. But maybe you can feel a lot of that pressure, that the person is over dramatic and reacting over dramatic. I will come back for you. Not enough feelings to continue this relationship. I'm seeing a lot of love cards, both from your end and from their end. But maybe if one is sucking out all the energy from the relationship, you know, the glasses of water, maybe one is sucking out all the emotions and being over dramatic and, you know, flashing it around. So it gets ebb in the other glass. So we don't know that we are feeling love for the other person because it's an imbalance. So I wonder what we can do about this imbalance. This is from the Wisdom of the Oracle Divination card. By the book. Okay. So possibly you need to read a book about this person's psychology so you can learn how to deal with them. Okay. Getting along with others. entails understanding and respecting who they have become as a result of their environment, culture, experience. Find a middle ground that allows the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of the other person. Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way you want to do them. Your connection will deepen as a result. So it kind of goes for both ways. But if this person is trying to pressure you to, you know, swim in the pool of dramatic emotions, it can be a little bit hard. But force yourself to show some empathy, but also have some boundaries, okay? Challenge the structures that are limiting authentic progress. It is not enough to just tell people how it is. You might need to rebel. So it's kind of the opposite message is the protection message. I'm reading that as well. Focus on what you really want to achieve, regardless of whether it feels so far outside the box that the established order may reject it. Genius, invention, and transformation are rarely comfortable and less likely to be accepted by the mainstream. Maybe time for you to say no to the way of your group, take a stand, and make real changes. It could be that the structure of your inner world is alerting you to the need for a complete overhaul. So I think it's a little bit of both, that we can show empathy for a person that's having a little bit like an overdramatic energy around them. But it's much like if you have a child that's overdramatic, it can be a good idea to just give them food or to just say, hey, shall we go for a walk? And to not deal so much with what they are trying to blow out of proportion, like they didn't get that lollipop or whatever it was. So I think to take a really grown-up position in this situation can help the person to deal with their dramatic emotions. And if the person says, to hell with it, it's over, I can't deal with this, then you say, okay, so I'm sorry you feel that way. Do you want me to, you know, buy you dinner before I go? Or you can even do a little bit less. You can just say, okay, so it's, I'm sad you feel that way. I don't agree with you. I just think you have some dramatic emotions just right now. I don't think you have any valid reasons for your fit or this how you feel. It's just something that has arisen in you. So I'm not going to take it into consideration before you are really kicking me out. And again, food can help. So say I will go and make sandwiches and tea, and we can watch this movie that came out. Try to de-escalate, okay? I can't forgive, very dramatic. I will come back for you, very undramatic, supportive. So we can be supportive, but we also need to have like boundaries. So we can let the person have a fit about the lollipop, but if they don't listen to reasons, for example, when we say, get dressed, we're going out to the playground, and they still want to, you know, just have this fit and kind of being so addicted to the energy of it all, we might need to put some pressure onto the situation and say, okay, so then the deal with going to the playground is off, and mommy or daddy is going to fix the dishes instead, because you seem to have your own thing going here that takes up all your time. So I'm going to go and do something else in the meantime. This can also help, because then the person gets, you know, they wanted to go to the playground, but they couldn't get themselves out of this fit. We can help them, of course, just take them under the arm and go to the playground, but that can look bad in front of the other mummies and daddies. If we just come with the screaming child and say, hey, play, have fun. So in a relationship, you just can't take the other person under your arm, but you can say, okay, so it seems like you are so into these feelings right now. I can't really understand exactly what's going on with you, but I'm going to go down to the basement and do the laundry. So that can take the edge off, because they want you to be involved and in their drama. And if you aren't, well, then they need to take themselves together or have their drama all on their own, which can be a little bit boring. Okay, so I would urge you to watch the reading, the true thoughts and feelings, and the love reading for November to learn more about the situation or relationship. You can also order personal readings from me at tarot.com.se. And thank you for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get a heads up when a new video is out. Take really good care. Until next time, stay awake, stay healthy, stay blessed, and bye for now.